Hi-ho, fellow armchair Imagineers! Tiki here,
And BlueDragonFive.
and we're back to take down ABC's modern meta take on the Muppets! And tonight we'll be talking about episode 9, Going Gonzo! So join us on the most sensational,
Celebrational.
Muppetational, this is what we call
the
Muppet Show Again. Okay, well that intro would have gone perfectly, except I said brack instead of back.
And you stepped all over my line, so okay.
Did I step all over your line?
Oh yeah, but we're moving on from that, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well next time when we're not in a rush to get to the Batman versus Superman trailer, we'll actually rehearse the line before going. How's that sound, buddy? Compromise?
Sure.
We cool, bro? We cool?
Yeah.
So, BlueDragonFive, rewatching this episode, I really liked it the first time. I think this is probably above and beyond my favorite episode of the series so far.
That's the best one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you agree.
With you 100%. This is, by all means, this is the best one so far. If they can keep it up like this, then it'll be fantastic. But this is the one.
I think this episode, it had the best balance of all the characters. All the characters had something to do. You know, even if it was Chip, who just had the memorable, like, oh, I have the dream of Ted tasting you around the world. You know, even if it's just characters that get one line, this felt the most like the Muppet Show, like the original Muppet Show.
Yeah.
It had a really good progression, almost a finality to the Gonzo thing of the Daredevil. It's a good episode. It's such a good episode.
Like, this is everything we wanted. This and like elements like what we got with the first episode with the whole Piggy Kermit thing is like exactly what we need. It's like a continuation with some heart to it, like the Muppets did in 2011. It was kind of bringing us back to these guys, but giving a little more with the character arcs.
Absolutely. Hold on.
Okay, so we
Go ahead.
So Kermit's sorry, 1 second. So Kermit's telling Piggy she can't promote Piggy water on the air, despite its used look with the lipstick and how appealing that is.
Oh god. I love this Piggy water thing.
The Piggy water is pretty funny.
Oh, I had a lot of fun with it. My Piggy water only has 30 grams of fat. It's water.
So obviously, I don't think anyone want to drink this water. It's even brought up in the episode.
Do you want a glass of my Piggy water?
Oh god! It's even brought up that accounts like the FDA looking into it might think it's more sauce-like than water.
Yeah. I really think they need to brand this Piggy water.
I wouldn't drink it. I laughed like I left my head off at it, but I wouldn't drink it.
Well, okay, you know how they brand Betty Boops or whatever, the every flavored beans from Harry Potter, they make those in Jelly Belly form. It'd be like that. It'd be like, what would water with 30 grams of fat actually taste like? Okay, anyways.
I'll tell you what I love more about it. I love that, I just love, me, I love my mundane. I just love the idea of Pig's just trying to get her product off the ground by promoting it on air. And just this idea she's promoted other products, she promoted other Piggy brand things like the hogwash shampoo, and that didn't test well. Because I love that notion that hogwash shampoo. I have no idea why it didn't sell.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, then one of our best guest stars yet, one of our best celebrity guest stars.
I would wager to say this might be the best.
I think he probably wins the Steve Martin Short Shorts award.
Yeah, I think he's got the Steve Martin Short Shorts at least through, episodes 1 through 10 at least. I think he's probably got it in the bag.
Oh yeah, so the wonderful, the talented, the ever-watchable Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here, folks.
Woo!
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is such a watchable guy. He really is. That's the best way to describe it. I could watch many movies with this guy in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's really appealing. Yeah, I mean, Premium Rush is such a good movie. That's a simple movie.
I need to see Premium Rush.
It's like such a simple movie, but it feels like so rewatchable. Anyway, so it's basically Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's having some banter with Piggy, and he's starting like the whole. She mentions that he used to be a child star, which is true. Again, one of his big roles, voice-wise at least, was Treasure Planet. He was Jim Hawkins in Treasure Planet.
Was he really Jim Hawkins? I never freaking knew that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was one of his biggies as a child star. think it was 14 when he did that. Anyway, let's see. So then Piggy is, Piggy's kind of growing for like, oh, old man. So you never give your age, kind of like Edna Mode. Never give your age, darling.
Oh God. Oh God.
Anyway, so then Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who, if you've ever seen the Oscars, especially, I believe it was Seth MacFarlane's Oscars when he did this. I could be wrong. He actually is great at singing, especially kind of the old Sinatra crooner-esque songs, which, you know me, I'm delighted by that. And anyway, so they started doing Fly Me to the Moon, which was amazing, and it was great.
And this right here is by far the most Muppet Show-like set piece that we have on the show thus far.
Probably my favorite of all the,
my favorite.
It is my favorite of all the musical numbers. And again, they're pulling out all the stuff we know from the Muppets, but updating it in a subtle way, which is great.
Totally.
Again, this episode is firing on all cylinders of perfection. What we need with this show.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so they sing a wonderful duet of "Fly Me to the Moon." Piggy kind of taking the lead role as she would. Fly me to the moon, up where the sun. It's really nice. So. The moon, however, is not cued to the music because the idea when they mention the moon, it would start to rise and kind of be a set fixture, but it hasn't been cued for some reason. So Kermit sends Gonzo to find out what's going on. Gonzo goes to tell Sweetums he's missed his cue, whose headset has been broken, so that's why he couldn't.
I sneezed and my headset broke.
That's the one plot line in this episode they only explain. Sweetums cold.
I think it's just explainable the fact that it's December and it's cold season. I think that's
it's fine. Don't get me wrong, it's fine. I'm not taking away any points for it. I'm just saying I wonder why they couldn't just let a little throwaway line. Oh, I have a cold.
Well, I think we could get that. Whatever.
Just saying. Anyway, so the headset broke. Gonzo is entangled in like the Sweetums sneezes. He lets go of the rope, and the fast moving rope tangles. It's a very dangerous, realistic thing, folks. You got to keep your legs away from the rope when someone lets it go. Basically, it tangles Gonzo's legs, so he's going up there. We're getting some classic Gonzo shenanigans.
Now you know, Combat Carl, stay in school.
Cough in the arm, stay in school. So, Gonzo's tangled up in the wires. Scooter is also there. That's important. He's watching all this unfold. He's standing right next to Gonzo. Don't forget that. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the moon is out of control because, again, no one's holding it, trying to raise it or to keep it in balance. Basically, it's going around. Basically, it's like a pendulum. It's kind of moving all over the place.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
And we get some classic Kermit the Frog panic, which is always good. It's classic Muppet Show insanity of like what's going on during. Again, it's such a nostalgia blast this episode of what we love.
Totally.
Show. We see the observant. This I love too. It's just the observant Joseph Gordon-Levitt avoids the moon. And, even saves Piggy in the midst of things. Man, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is awesome. Saves Piggy from the moon that's kind of a little out of control. Gonzo swinging around, kind of living the glory days in a way. He's kind of a Tarzan of the stage, if you will.
And this is like probably the most impressive bit of puppetry they've done.
Oh yeah, there's a moment in here that just is fantastic. Like this is what we want from the show. The many elements. We want the emotion. We want the emotion, nostalgia, and of course the next stage in puppetry, which of course
absolutely.
So we get this bit where Gonzo swings onto a light, very hot light by the way. So he lets go, and here's the most impressive bit of puppetry to me. The way it's shot to, just the way Gonzo falls on the table, it's like the most realistic, like, oh! It's played so well and so realistic because you're wondering, oh my god, and this kind of meta take on the Muppets, is Gonzo actually hurt? No, he's fine. It's like classic Gonzo. So, that was awesome!
Well, I mean, yeah, that was a really good shot too. I was also very impressed by when he's hanging on the rope and he's just struggling with it, and it's a wide shot, and I'm like, I mean, you know what I mean? It must have been the puppeteer like up there on the rope, and they probably green screened the puppeteer out. That's the only way I can explain it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
All right, let's see. So after after Gonzo's fall, which was very impressive, Piggy puts Gonzo on the list because again, the moon was out of control, made her look bad. The best part of the episode, I think this is the one you were talking about, if I'm right.
No.
Okay, well, there are a lot of good moments, so forgive me if
there are a lot of good moments. The one I'm talking about comes near the very end.
This one cracked me up, and I thought it'd be right up your alley. The moment is, so Piggy puts Gonzo on her list, basically a list of like people who made her look bad, people like, oh, I'm going to either revenge or like, you don't get this person near me sort of thing. And after she says, Gonzo, you're on my...
Hold on, let me do it. So she's having a confessional, a hidden camera thing, and... So, there's several things that Put you on
Well,
my
not
list.
yet. Not yet. The best part hasn't happened yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry. So she puts Gonzo on the list, and then Sweetums is in the nearby area and says, "You're on my list. You too." And then Sweetums goes with all the most sincerity in the world. That to me is probably one of the most hilarious gags.
That was beautiful.
Just the utter sincerity of Sweetums going no, like, not Piggy's list, no! Okay, then Piggy's confessional, go on.
Okay. So, there are several things that get you on my list. Breathing loudly, showing weakness, eating BLTs with a B. Who's B?
You know, more Bates Motel
frog.
the more Bates Motel references we make, the more I want the Bates Motel stars to appear on this show. Just I want you to know that. Okay, anyway, so
anyway, hold on. Getting off my list. Buy some piggy water.
Remember the tagline, don't you?
It's buttery good.
It's buttery good.
Buttery good.
Oh God. Okay. Meanwhile, Scooter has some survivor's guilt over, like, you know, he could have been him that went through the Gonzo experience. And he's reminded by Pepe and Rizzo that one of my favorite conceits of the whole episode. Because, you know, I just love the simple pleasures in life, really. I love just the simple mundane pleasure. These guys, they have poker games. They have poker games after work.
And they specifically just try and get people who don't know how to play poker in so that they can just give away their money.
Yeah, because Scooter's a terrible poker player, you know, because, oh gosh, jolly G. Willikers, this is a great hand. Mother's going to be so happy tonight.
Pepe, I love how he's just, you know, he always refers to Scooter as this, but he's just like, oh yeah, Scooter is just really fun to play poker with, see? Okay? I just love Pepe Scooper. Okay.
Yeah, so, they
get into this whole thing with, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. So, Scooter, you know, he's like, well, this is a wake-up call that, you know, I can't play poker, but it's a better wake-up call than the James Taylor song that my mom uses to wake me up. Now, BlueDragonFive, I want you to imagine Piggy Norma just sitting in Kermit Norman's room.
Oh God.
And just playing a James Taylor tune.
Don't you mean Scooter Norman?
No, fine, Scooter Norman.
Because I guess that makes Kermit Romero then.
I know, it's weird. It's
kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a serious Kermit the Frog, just like all the kind of the intensity behind it, just like kind of. Oh God. Just walking up to someone like Doc Hopper saying, "They'll burn you to the ground."
I'm gonna burn you to the ground. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It walks up to Zane Morgan. I told you I'd break you.
Well, I did tell him.
Okay, anyway, back to the.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, so basically, after Scooter's wake-up call, he's out. It means he can't go to the poker game because he's on a path of self-discovery and what to do with this survivor skill. Anyways, then, you know, Rizzo and Pepe are panicking because, you know, they need to find, again, this is a really hilarious runner.
Oh, this is great.
So Rizzo says, we need to find a schnook to fleece. You know, Pepe, again, this is hilarious. This Pepe saying, wait, a what? Then the Patsy to swindle. A what? A guy to rob. Does anyone speak the English? Okay, I love the guy saying, "Does anyone speak English?" with the accent.
Yeah.
I just love the back and forth of. Okay. Oh, by the way, I think you're familiar with comic book men, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Tell me something. It's kind of occurred to me. It's kind of occurred to me before. But now it's just with this great runners kind of remind me of this. Doesn't Rizzo remind you a lot of Walt Flanagan? Seriously, think of that. Doesn't he remind you? He's dressed like him, and he's.
Yeah. I'm kind of picturing it. Yeah.
So, yeah, I could buy Rizzo being a Jersey rat.
Oh dear God. Oh,
that's
almost too accurate. That's kind of scary.
Okay, let's see. So moving on from that.
Give me 1 second. Take it through.
All right. Okay. So then we see they invited someone else to go with them. They invited Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and they somehow managed to get Joseph Gordon-Levitt after the show. I guess after the moon fiasco, he says, "Well, I got nothing else to do with my day. Hey, Mr. Levitt, Mr. Levitt, would you like, Mr. Levitt, would you like to go play poker? That's okay." He says, oh, "Okay." Anyway, so he's playing poker with the gang, and that includes Kermit, Gonzo, Rizzo, Pepe, and Big Mean Carl.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So, and they've also offered to Rizzo says, it's been his dream to teach people how to play poker like Joseph Levitt, and really is hoping to take money. So then let's see. So then we see. First of all, I just love the visual image. This cracks me up, just seeing Joseph Gordon-Levitt sitting next to Big Mean Carl. I just love that image. One thing away from this episode, it would be that. And then of course it's Big Mean Carl.
Carl, he's a little peeved because, oh my God, are these little brown discs?
Who keeps picking out the good stuff in the Chex Mix? All you're left of these brown discs. Anyways, then also
Gordon-Levitt points out Gonzo's nose, like, oh Gonzo, your nose looks like it's been broken in 1,000 places. Oh, actually, my nose is the only part of my body that hasn't been broken. That's why it looks so good.
Yeah, and also he's a little Big Mean Carl. He says, "I fold." He eats his cards. I love that. Like these. Let's see. After the nose question, Gonzo reminds himself he used to be a daredevil. Like Kermit points that out.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely one of the most heartfelt things in the episode. We've been waiting a long time for a Gonzo-centric episode, and I think this was a really good payoff for it. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's good.
Anyways, there is this really great bit with this episode that reminds me what I really like from the pilot, that we got more with Scooter than we did with Gonzo, and I kind of, again, direction-wise, I hope they kind of make it Scooter and Gonzo are kind of our main guys with this, because I love just Kermit having a good rapport with Gonzo. For sure. And this, Kermit's the one that brings up, Gonzo used to be an excellent daredevil. Then he used to go base jumping, driving a motorcycle through fire, and even boarding a plane before Zone was called.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I just love Gonzo's getting nostalgia. It's a really great job, just kind of Gonzo feeling a little down on himself, just kind of reminiscing about the good times. Really good shot.
And then the fucked up, weird continuity that the Muppets does have. Remember, Gonzo kind of gave up on his dream of being a daredevil to pursue his initial career of being, the plumber turned plunger entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we're following that continuity, at least.
I mean, even if you're following the Muppets continuity, it's like he hasn't really done anything real, he did the running of the bulls, so.
Right.
Never mind. Then again, it's always a different continuity. Right.
I'm sorry, I had to take a long sip of Snapple. I'm sorry.
Let's see. So then Big Mean Carl finds it.
Piggy Snapple!
Big Mean Carl finds a cheese twirl. I found a cheese twirl. Anyways, let's see. Then Pepe. First of all, I just love how Pepe's in the zone, and he's.
Let me talk about this Pepe thing, okay? Because I used to be a big fan of professional poker. I'd watch World Series of Poker all the time on Travel Channel.
Sounds very sad.
Pepe is doing a total Phil Locke. Phil Locke is this guy who would always wear a hood and have sunglasses, right? And that was his whole thing. Would psych people out, and he was the best. He was one of the best poker players. So this is a direct Phil Locke reference, and I love it. I'm
more of a blackjack guy than poker myself, but
that's just. Does blackjack have professional blackjack people?
I don't know. I don't know if it has professional. I just play it. I think it's fun.
Oh, you play it? Yeah. I don't know. World Series of Poker was just really fun. That was just. I'm sorry. It's just professional poker players with fun personalities.
So Pepe's in the mood, and Pepe's in the zone. Pepe's in turtlenecks and gold chains, as he says. Getting for the hand. Let's see. Meanwhile, so Gonzo laments about kind of the stunt that got away. The jump over Cactus Gorge, kind of that one big stunt he always wanted to pull off. And Kermit offers to kind of make it happen, kind of make a jump like that happen, despite being on Piggy's list.
Oh, Mohinder and Hero, are you on my list?
Oh God. And I'm thinking first season era whenever we say the list.
Oh God! And you know, I always think of the whole heroes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
So Kermit has experience. Gun's like, how are you gonna make that happen? Then Kermit says, well, he has experience being on her list, also on the hood of her car.
I cling to the hood of a car at 50 miles an hour.
And then probably the most hilarious moment of the whole episode comes up. Don't know, as much as I love that Sweetums bit, this bit probably takes just, oh my God, the best guest star ever.
It's great. It's great.
This is when Joseph Gordon-Levitt puts on his short shorts. Now that I say that, we should specify the golden short shorts.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds kind of wrong out of context.
Yes, out of context, yes. But seriously, this is like the moment where he earns like kind of the best guest star thing for the Muppets in this show so far. No, Fishburne was good, but this is just takes the cake. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt cleans up at poker because he's played kind of the inexperienced guy. He says, well, if I have like 2 pairs of this and 3 of this, and it basically puts it down, and basically he cleans up as they all kind of fold in. It basically beats Rizzo's hand, and they're like going, hey, what? Pepe and Rizzo, well, why are you ring this guy? He's winning. So then first of all, I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt's fantastic performance. You're saying, my dear Prawn, is acting. So yeah, that's for me. I'm the guy. Remember, I'm the guy that played Bruce Willis in the future, playing himself in the past. I never quite understood the plot, but people don't care about the plot. They care about the acting. And then, of course, the best line of the episode, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
The best 4 words you will ever hear in this show. Give me that Muppet money.
Well, technically, that's 5 words, but I'll give you a pass.
But talk about it. That's 4 words. Give me that Muppet money. It's 4 words. 4.
Give me that Muppet money.
Wait a second. Give me that Muppet. Give me that Muppet. I'm counting 4. Where are we getting 5 from?
Oh, give me. It's give me instead of give me.
Yeah,
wow, we're spending way too long on this.
Yeah, give me that Muppet money.
Give me that Muppet money. Yeah.
Anyway, so.
I love that delivery. It's like he totally just turns into like a snidely Whiplash villain.
Give
me that Muppet money.
Give me that Muppet money. He's cranking it up to 10. He's earning his paycheck.
I love the idea of Muppet money. Oh my God.
Give me that Muppet money. Anyway, we could spend hours on Muppet money, but we're not going to. So,
I want to get. Oh my God, I should like get some Monopoly money and like recreate it as Muppet money somehow.
You gotta put like Kermit the Frog on.
I know. That's what I should do. I should get some Monopoly money and then like write it, like do it on the back.
See, if you have like the coloring there, like the green one's Kermit, the yellow one's Scooter, the blue one's Gonzo.
Right. Okay. This is totally a thing that's going to happen. I guarantee you. We'll have Muppet money by the time we get back from the hiatus. I can promise you that. Okay.
Anyway, so after Muppet money, we look. Levy's like looking at Carl, and then he kind of realizes, oh boy, I should leave. He leaves, and then we'll set up later as he shovels the poker chips as much as he can into his shirt, into his pockets, into his pants, and just his life. Just hilarious. Oh my God!
Not even the chips that he won in the pot. Just everything.
Yeah, just hysterical. Okay, let's see. So meanwhile, Uncle Deadly tells Kermit, "We just got the first one."
No, whatever it is. No.
First time we've ever seen him without a coat on, by the way.
Right.
So Uncle Deadly just tells Kermit no to go away, and Piggy's getting in the middle of a beauty treatment, and he says, "Oh, come on, I've seen her at her worst," and we see her at her worst. Which Kermit is.
I was wrong. That's the worst.
So this Piggy is essentially not strapped to a chair, but she's sitting in a chair. She has acupuncture needles all over her, as she has like hair dye strips, the tinfoil hair dye strips in there, and an electrical rigged to her that is a nasal electro. It's basically something developed for nasal electro contouring.
I have a feeling Honeydew had something to do with this. Just a feeling, just a hunch.
Yeah, basically the idea is, I guess it's like clean the pores, like open her up a bit just by electroshocking the needle points.
Right. It's completely absurd.
It's very psychotic, you know. It's a scary thing to do. So basically,
It
periodically,
kind of reminds me of a saw trap or something like
so periodic kind of reminds me of Taken, when he
right,
connected
right.
the thing to the guy's leg and shocked the crap out of him, left it on for days.
It's like Piggy's just in the middle of a conversation, you know, she's just like,
They periodically should get shocked.
I'm just giving my face a little tune up for the new
It's very
Piggy Watcher neighborhood.
It's very hilarious. So basically, Kermit goes through the stunt pitch, saying, why don't we have a stunt on the show? And then he mentions Gonzo, says, she doesn't like it, and she doesn't like it until the Piggy Water product license brought up. Then she shows some interest, but before she can go any further with that, she's then into a place that Uncle Deadly calls she's in a glamour coma. She's shocked into a glamour coma, which means she's. Basically, Deadly lets Kermit draw up the paperwork. So basically,
now give me a contract. Put the pen in our hand, and we'll call it an early lunch.
Well, Uncle Deadly, again, is one of the best Muppet characters on this show.
Just one drip, boy.
Meanwhile, Scooter and the band. Scooter visits the Electric Mayhem band. He ponders, first of all, I just love like Zoot and the gang. They're just kind of pondering if it's the real moon or if it's like kind of a department store moon.
And then they also make a reference to Pink Floyd.
Yep.
Oh man, the real moon hasn't been around since the 70s.
I wonder if Floyd's ever wondered, why don't they call it Purple Floyd? Is it that hard? Then he
I wonder if Janice has ever made her connection with Janis Joplin.
It'd be hilarious.
Oh, wow, I think it was actually named after Janis Joplin.
I'll tell you the most random gag. It never happened. I'm saying it'd be hilarious if Floyd's just saying, why can't they call it Purple Floyd? And then David Tennant just randomly appears, I concur, yeah. Purple is an awesome color. Thanks, David Tennant.
I can't. That needs to happen. ABC, make that happen. Jessica Jones is your show. You can totally do that. Please.
Technically, it is. It is.
Please. Oh my God.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. Well, let's see. So after the moon debacle, there. Let's see.
That broke me.
Scooter's asking what he should do to kind of get over this survivor's guilt he has. Something kind of take his mind, like a hobby, or like something he wants to make a life change. Dr. Heath suggests he do what he did, which is leave home at 14, find a voodoo princess named Tiana. Which, of course, how can we not think of Princess and the Frog just for a moment?
That's gotta be a Princess and the Frog reference.
I don't think. Well, dang it, frogs. Well, no, we just thought of frog. They didn't mention frog. We're just. I don't know. Anyway, so voodoo, basically go to voodoo princess Tiana to get a gold teeth and learn the
rhythms of love,
which is very creepy out of context. Then, of course, it's mentioned the whole in this logical. How's he gonna be a 14-year-old again? Says, well, use a time machine. And they point, a guy named Eddie has a time machine. We use that all the time.
Yeah, I climb in there on Friday, and when I get out, it's Saturday.
Takes a day to work.
It takes about a day.
Yep. Anyways, then Scooter wants a more expedient option. Something like by the end of the day, perhaps. Janice suggests like an ear piercing. Scooter eventually says, I'll do it, essentially.
Chad from my spin class has one, and the way he rides, he doesn't give a hoot.
Oh, man, that Chad from spin class, he's a trendsetter.
I know, man. He's a voice of a generation.
I mean, it's Chad and good old Tom. I mean, come on.
Oh, good old Tom. Hell yeah.
We can't fault good old Tom. We're good dead Tom.
Oh God.
Okay, well, let's see. So,
if you could point that out in the comments, what good old Tom is a reference to, I will love you forever and be your best friend. That's all I'm saying. Good old Tom. That's a deep cut right there.
So, you mean the first reference or the second reference to good old Tom?
No, good old Tom.
You mean the first reference then?
Yes.
I'm saying because we have technically there are two connections to good old Tom with the Muppets.
I'm saying the Peanuts one.
Well, now we've gone and spoiled it.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, moving on. So after Scooters, Deadly is suiting up Gonzo. You're trying to help him zip up, and apparently the great Gonzo has put on a few LBs since his glory days. Bobo this is nice. This is a great kind of thematic.
This is a great Bobo bit right here.
So Bobo thanks Gonzo for fulfilling dreams on behalf of the others. Essentially, Gonzo's they're living vicariously through Gonzo. That's the idea. And he says, Bobo's dream was to become a Chicago Bear. Why didn't you? Because I just wanted to live in Chicago. Good people, not a lot of pressure to that body image.
Good food, good people. No pressure on the body image.
Yeah, I love someone who keeps their aspirations simple. I respect the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Sam the Eagle says he wanted to serve in America's Congress, but he can't even get elected in the condo association he's part of because he won't share his fabric softener.
I bought it.
When he mentioned he wants to serve in America's Congress, I couldn't help but think of. I couldn't help but think of just a House of Cards with Sam Eagle in it.
Oh my God!
Seriously, can you imagine if they had Kevin Spacey on the show?
Kevin Spacey. I'm gonna be like Sheldon. Kevin Spacey. Don't knock knock. Kevin Spacey. Knock knock knock. They just need to do that to Kevin Spacey until he's like, fine, Muppets, I'll do your show.
Well, I mean, Kevin Spacey, he's worked with Pixar before, and it's been awesome.
That's true. That was way back in the day, but
Kevin Spacey's a cool guy.
And, God, Kevin Spacey.
Seriously, folks, if you haven't watched House of Cards, I've now been indoctrinated into the House of...
I really need to watch it.
I've now been indoctrinated into the House of Cards, and I gotta tell you, it's worth it.
I know. I'm sure it is. All right. Anyways, I'm sorry. This just turned into the Kevin Spacey love fest.
Okay, well, then Chip's dream. Chip says, I didn't have a dream. Of course, in reality, Chip's dream is to bring people joy. Chip, the IT guy, he wants to bring joy to... He wants to bring joy to... He wants to bring the world joy by tap dancing around the world.
Which is great. Which is like very original Muppet movie-esque. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
I just want to make people happy.
It's like Chip has the modern day path of Kermit the Frog.
Right. Oh my God, I want to see a modern day Muppet movie with Chip as the protagonist.
Okay, can you imagine the scene where Chip's going through the desert because the car's broken down and he sees the other version of himself? And says, you set everyone up on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's see. After Chip's thing, so basically, Kermit offers a gasping assistance from Kermit the Frog, so Gonzo can take an inhale of like shock and awe, so he can get the suit on, and he announces,
"We have Dave Grohl, and he's singing "Learning to Fly."
Okay, let's see. So. Trying to think. Oh yeah, there's then Kermit mentions the other reason he's there is to explain the caveat of Gonzo coming back here. So it shows him the suit that he'll be wearing, which says "The Great Gonzo, brought to you by Piggy Water."
Brought to you by Piggy Water.
And also, like the name is to the Great Gonzo, brought to you by Piggy Water, is also in the name.
And he even has to use it, even answering the phone and stuff. Quote your memo.
Oh, it's always an arrangement.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's see. So, like the Gonzo's saying, this is the happiest day of his life. Gonzo's still happy as all get out here. Meanwhile, what's happening?
So we have Scooper, and he's with Janice in the Electric Mayhem. Janice puts a little bit of ice on his ear to numb it. He's like, "Oh, that's the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. That's just the ice to melt the area." And then we got Animal. He's just chomping on a bunch of ice. Ice good! Ice good!
Oh, yeah. Let's see, fall. Yeah, so after that, what's happening? Let's see. Oh, yeah, so we see Scooter's fighting capabilities kick in as he is kind of squirming all around. Dr. Teats has been asked to hold his hands, hold his head in place because he keeps moving. Obviously, you get an ear pierce, you don't want him moving all over the place, or else you end up like Swiss cheese. So Scooter, again, demonstrating some really awesome fighting capabilities. He kicks the crap out of the Electric Mayhem Band. Even Animal.
Animal jumps on him and just throws Animal off of him.
Very impressive. So again, I like the hidden talent Scooter might be displaying here.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, we meet, Gonzo's been called up to the Roof Scout now at his location here, and he runs into Dr. Honeydew and Beaker.
By the way, this might be a weird note, but I just think it's cool whenever we see Honeydew and Beaker outside, because they're usually in the lab. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Nah, I know it's a weird note.
Anyway, so they built a cannon for Gonzo so he can be fired out of, and they test it with Mel and Gonzo.
And the results are quite horrifying.
So if things don't go just right, if things aren't all on the money, Gonzo could turn into what his melon counterpart turned into, which was a fruit smoothie.
Oh yeah.
But not exactly a fruit smoothie in real life. It would be a flesh and blood smoothie. Gordon Duck.
Okay, so
meanwhile, Sam and Gonzo have a moment that is hilarious. Is this the moment you're talking about?
No.
That was my second guess. I don't know what the third one's going to be.
Okay.
Anyway, so Sam's excited. Sam's excited for Gonzo's stunt, but you want to take us through it?
Yeah, first of all, I love how Sam addresses Gonzo as, "Oh, hello there, the great Gonzo, brought to you by Piggy Water." And then, so yeah, he's saying, Gonzo is explaining, "Well, Sam, I just want to warn you, there's a 99% chance this ends with a violent explosion of fur." Sam, how exciting!
And this to me cracks me up. It's showing you can never win with the censors, in some way. It's that.
You know what? This is probably the sharpest bit of satire that I think this show's done so far.
Oh yeah, again, this episode's really getting everything right.
Yeah. So Gonjo's like, "Exciting? No, it's going to be carnage." And Sam, I love. He's like, "No, that's healthy fun. Only when you hit the wall and explode, you do not curse."
Again, that's a society we live in.
That sums it all up in a nutshell, man.
Yep. It's basically no cursing and no sex. Basically, that's what our censors have devolved to. But show all the violence and carnage you want. I mean, we've had Hannibal on. Hannibal was a show on TV. The character.
To see. That's another show besides House of Cards that's on my to-watch list.
Literally, show about a cannibal.
I know. It sounds awesome. Believe me, I'm totally down for it. I've heard great things about it.
On NBC, nonetheless. Again, NBC,
know, right?
big network. It's not even like really It's not even AMC or anything. It's NBC.
It would be way more understandable if it was AMC. Anyways, this is the Hannibal podcast.
Right. Let's see. So, anyways, it's hilarious. Sam Eagle's like, you're an inspiration. And because of you, I shared my fabrics. Because of you, I even shared my fabric softener with Tom. Again, good old Tom.
Good old Tom.
He shared his fabric softener with Tom from 5B. Good old Tom from 5B. Nice guy. Has 4 kids. I'm babysitting Saturday. Why? I don't really know.
Good old Tom. His voice now that he's all grown up is just womp 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 womp.
You don't think, egad, you don't think there might be a cross conspiracy with Tom's, do you?
I think so. I think we're on to something.
Think about it. Tommy Pickles, grown up.
Do 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 do.
Do 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 do. Okay, anyway. So, anyways, after the good old Tom bit. So, Kermit, this is a smart bit here. This is where the show really earns some points. Again, they've been firing on really strong so far. This is where it just kind of takes the cake. Just this point.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kermit has overheard this conversation going on. I love just doing casually. He's watering his plant.
Right. But it's such a good bit of acting on Kermit's part. It's like he just has a genuine look of concern on his face. He's just.
Then we go to our best location within the show. Again, every good part of the show is in this episode.
Absolutely.
We're at Rolf's Tavern. Rolf's getting. I love this touch. I didn't catch this before, but Gonzo, he doesn't like alcohol. At least he's drinking some Coke right now, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Not just Coke, Diet Coke.
Yeah, Diet Coke. Again, I think it's like Gonzo subtly trying to keep in shape.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, I think Rolf brings him another Diet Coke, and he's wishing him good luck, and Gonzo's fearing it might be the last thing he ever does. And anyways, they get this really sweet scene again. This is what I wish the show was kind of from the get-go.
Well, don't forget, Gonzo says, thanks, Rolf. I'm gonna miss you. And then Rolfie's just like, what now?
One could take that line two ways. One could take it that, Gonzo's not going to be around, Rolf's concerned, or the other way of, like, kind of a Dexter Morgan area of, like, Rolf, I'm going to miss you. Dun, 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 dun. Rolf's wrapped in plastic and,
Michael C. Hall, also another guest star I'd love to see on this show.
Oh, God. Can you imagine just, like, Michael C. Hall?
Oh, there's so many possibilities with that.
I got to tell you, I just want to see... This is going to be the weirdest thing. Is Michael C. Hall and Gonzo going Christmas shopping together.
That's random, but sure, that sounds hilarious at the same time.
I can just imagine the pleasant side of Michael C. Hall just saying, oh, hey, Gonzo. Like, the friendly side of Dexter Morgan, essentially. Just saying, oh, hey, Gonzo.
And, okay, no, here. Let me pitch out this plot line really quick. So they go to the mall, right? And Michael C. Hall is, like, super pleasant at the beginning when he's offering to go to the mall.
Then he and the Swedish chef appear at the end of, like, what are you going to do? Thank you, Swedish chef.
No, but hear me out. So they go to the mall, and it's, like, horrible, like, holiday shopping. There's horrible crowds, right? And throughout the experience, it breaks Dexter Morgan. Like, Dexter starts out, like, all happy-go-lucky, and then by the end, he's just like, I really need to kill something right now.
Anyway, so back to the episode. We get this really great scene between Kermit and Gonzo, which again is kind of I wish the core of the show was in many respects. Mm-hmm. Kermit suggests to Gonzo, he not do it because because of the association with piggy water, and the FDA gag of like it's more it's being looked at because it's more like sauce than water.
Buy my piggy water and put it on your chicken.
Camilla, no!
Oh God!
See, that's what breaks Gonzo into teaming up with Dexter Morgan going on a cross country.
Oh no! That's right, Gonzo! That's the reason Camilla isn't on this show! Because I used blood and organs to make piggy water!
See, instead of kill Bill, it's kill Piggy.
Oh God. I just got really dark there. Let's move on.
Anyway.
I just got like Sweeney Todd dark.
Let's see. So the FDA gag after that, it's Gonzo's pointing at everyone's counting on him, which obviously we see they are. They're all kind of living out their dreams through Gonzo. Mm-hmm. But Kermit has this really great bit. Again, it kind of harkens back a lot to the original Muppet movie, which again, if they can ever do that, it's always going to be a big hit. As we've seen in that one episode with that towards Jason Bateman episode, towards the end, Kermit the Frog firing all cylinders, a classic Muppet movie homage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both with the bar tavern, but with the tavern scene, and then also obviously Rainbow Connection. Just those two scenes right after the other one, like. Ooh, Muppet movie nostalgia. There you go.
So Kermit mentions, he.
Wouldn't it be amazing if they had Steve Martin in the same role return?
I would love that so much.
Oh my God, they need to do that.
This last episode we got this half would be the two of them, Piggy and Kermit, maybe getting back together, and then Steve.
Right. Oh my God! Just thinking about that just literally sends butterflies down my stomach.
And your
like
big
the
reveal,
most exciting prospect.
And your big reveal of it is like they're in a restaurant. It's like a nice restaurant, so they've updated it a little bit. It's not just by the same set or anything, but it's a nice restaurant. Everyone's just like regular casual waiters, but just out of the shadows, essentially, by the curtains or something, you just have. An unseen person at first. You see kind of the guy with the short pants, and he has the bottle cap. Would you care to sniff the bottle cap? And then the reveal, Steve Martin. Okay.
I think I literally just had a nerdgasm right there. That was amazing.
It was a family show, Tiki.
I said nerdgasm.
I know. Still, it's a family show. So,
all right,
moving on. Well, it's kind of a family. And moving on. So, after the FDA gig, let's see. So, Kermit has this really great bit where he says, Kermit dreams, his friends can tell him anything. And as Gonzo points out, man, it's a boring dream. But, yeah, sure, right. I'm calling it off. Because I don't want to be a sellout, not because I'm scared. It says, oh, sure, I know that. if you were afraid, it'd be okay. Yeah, I know, but a little bit of back and forth. I'm not scared, not scared, scared. Yeah, well, if you were,
It'd be okay if you were, but I'm not. But
okay, maybe a
it'd be
little.
okay if you were.
Maybe a little. And then there's this great bit of thanks. She's like, Gunson, Kermit, thanks. Really nice, really sweet. Again, that scene right there is just the heart of the episode. Really lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Then Scooter apologizes to the Electric Mayhem Band. I love the way this panned out. Again, all cylinders. Great episode. Scooter apologizes and says, oh, no, man, that was awesome. You can come back here anytime.
Toss again.
Yeah, and Janice point, your aura, it went from yellow to indigo.
Like something awakened inside of you.
Yeah, which was nice.
And so again, this is like a genuine arc for Scooter, and I'm really impressed with the show for that. I think Gonzo was kind of maybe sacrificed a little bit in terms of his screen time for more Scooter screen time, but I think that's a fair payoff because Scooter has kind of been in the background for a long time, and I'd wager to say this show is probably the biggest role he's ever had in any Muppet thing, because consistently throughout all the episodes he's had some sort of side story.
Oh yeah.
He's the one character besides Kermit that's really in it and tying it all together.
And I really still hope he's with Chelsea Handler.
That would be great if Chelsea comes back. I would very much approve of it.
Again, not really doing much these days, so why not?
Right.
Okay, meanwhile, let's see. So then Piggy announces on her show, and this is nice. Again, Piggy's really great throughout this whole thing, too. She's not impossible. Again, this is the Piggy we want, not just the episode 2 Piggy.
This is the Piggy we want, and the Piggy we deserve right now.
Yes. And it's the one we need.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Piggy's calling off, says, the stunt's been canceled due to wind. And wind is now on, you say it, go on.
What?
Say it. The wind is also on her list. Go on. We'll flourish.
Okay. For those of you just tuning in, the Great Gonzo Stunt, brought to you by Piggy Water, was canceled due to the wind. Now, wind, you're officially on my list.
Statler and Waldorf in the audience are questioning. This is a great run, because I'm always a little put off when they're liking something together, but I love just kind of, this is the classic routines they got here. So just Statler and Waldorf there just saying, well, you hear anything about, I didn't notice anything about the wind. He says, oh, you didn't notice, you were in your neighbor's apartment until the cops showed up and called you taking a bath.
Oh God.
Meanwhile, so then they do have a backup, of course, and the one they did have for the thing, David Grohl is there, and he's questioning the Electric Mayhem Band. What about rehearsal? We're changing things up. Well, why do we have rehearsal in the first place? Well, if we don't have rehearsal, there's nothing to do different from in the first place. Oh, I can dig that.
I love that.
So, Dave Grohl.
I actually can dig that.
What do you think of Grohl?
What?
What do you think of Dave Grohl?
I really like him. Personally, I am a fan of, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, all that. Like, I like his music, so I'm attached to him in that way. Obviously, I love the way it pays off. I just wish that they would have referenced Animal at one point. I think that was maybe a missed opportunity. I just wanted to see, like, some sort of offhanded comment, like, hey, Animal, I once played a cheesy knockoff version of you in a Reno act.
Well, we can't have every meta gag we can think of.
I know. But I'm just saying, you have him, and he's played Animal. He's played a specific character in the
Fine, it would be.
franchise.
Imagine this: they come back and he substitutes for Animal. I have like a drummer's honor thing of like, my fellow drummer is sick. I'm gonna dress up like Animal and be Animal for this episode. The role of Animal will now be played temporarily by David Grohl,
AKA Animal.
Anyway, so David Grohl, they go on. They're playing some music. Let's see what's going on here. As they're playing, Rizzo and Pepe announcing their dreams. The rock and roll with the ladies, but if they could exchange it for one thing, the ladies. We get this.
Piggy's delivering her monologue, and she's like, and now something that would make a lot more sense if someone was actually flying. Dave Grohl singing "Learning to Fly."
So then we have this really great bit between Gonzo and Kermit.
And this is my favorite bit of the episode.
This first part of the actual.
No, the payoff to it.
Let's build to the payoff. So anyway, so there's a really great bit though. Gonzo and Kermit, they're talking. again, the sincerity on Kermit the Frog here is great. 'Cause, Kermit's been a little iffy in a few episodes here, but Kermit, this is getting back to classic Kermit. We love this Kermit.
Sure.
Not as much as we love Mike, but we love this Kermit.
Of course not. We don't love anyone in the history of ever as much as we love Mike.
Right. So, so Kermit's saying, Gonzo's asking, you think I could have made it? And Gonzo says, and then Kermit says, honestly, I think you're the only one who could have made it.
Aww.
Anyways,
that lights a spark for Gonzo. He's like, oh, you're right.
Light bulb. Meanwhile, Yolanda makes her appearance in the episode. Sweetums sneezes on her newly blown out hairdo. Says, "Oh, now it's blown out."
Oh wow.
Speaking of which, talking about wind, and Kermit realizes Gonzo's not there, and I love how Kermit's smart enough to realize, oh no, he realizes Gonzo's now left, and what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. So then he runs up to the roof, and this is the moment you're talking about, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Would you like to take us through it?
Sure. First of all, the reason I love this so much is that I think it's almost kind of like a culmination of everything that we've seen from the Gonzo character. So anyways, so Gonzo, he's in the can and he's ready to go. He's ready to do it. And he's just like, Kermit runs out, Gonzo, no! And then Gonzo's just like, see you on the other side, Kermit.
Which is a very ominous line, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Dave Grohl's Learning to Fly is playing in the background. So freaking awesome. And Gonzo blasts off. There's suspense. He goes past the water tower and he lands. He lands in the water. He goes out. He says, I did it. And then this specific moment right here is really what got me. Like, Kermit's just like, you did it! You did it! Yeah! That was one of the best placed days in the history of the Muppets. That was, oh god. It really got me, man. It really got me.
I'm Gonzo the Great. No, you're Gonzo the Greatest. Yeah. Seriously,
you know what I mean? This is like a culmination of everything of Gonzo and Kermit's entire friendship.
Yes. It's beautiful, isn't it? Again, I can just rewatch that one part, just the part we just described here. And him saying, "You're not Gonzo the Great. You're Gonzo the Greatest." Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And of course, he landed in a vat of piggy water, and he says, "Oh, this piggy water, it's delicious.
Drink piggy water."
And then we have our little ending tag. Which, how do you top something like that? Oh no, we got some great heartwarming stuff here. And the episode's been 100% perfect here. But what is our final bit? What's our post-credit thing almost?
And in this corner, Animal.
Not to be confused with Animal.
No. And in this corner, playing for Nirvana and the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl.
Not to be confused with Animal.
And so they have a drum off that J.K. Simmons would definitely approve of.
Tiki, a little. Can you get a little closer when you say that?
A drum off that J.K. Simmons would definitely approve of.
Yes.
Yes. The only thing that would make this better is if J.K. Simmons was like the one lone person in the audience and he was just criticizing the hell out of both of them.
Oh my God, something. less about that, but more have J.K. Simmons be a guest star, because the thing, I don't think his drumming would really pay off here because it's a different sort of drum. It's not the jazz drumming, he's just drumming for the heck of drumming.
You're right, fair enough.
But if you had an episode where J.K. Simmons was the guest star, and there's like a little reference to it where animals playing the drums, just not my tempo. Try it again. You see Animal push to the limits and basically replicate the ending of Whiplash, where he's like sweating the crap out of himself here. And they had the moment you recreate the look. J.K. Simmons gives him the look, and you have Animal as a full screen just looking up, a little blink.
Oh God!
And that's how you end the episode.
That would be better than the Birdman homage. That would be amazing.
Anyways, of course, they all drum off, and basically they confer, like, this has been coming for a long time. They play the drums, and basically the point where the drums like completely shattered all over the place.
I love Dave Grohl's little bit where he taps on the cymbal and he's like, "You hear that? It's a bell. Because you're about to get schooled."
Anyway, so then they have the little drum off. The drums are going all over the place. They're both exhausted again, kind of a Whiplash-esque drum battle.
Oh yeah.
Are you rushing? Are you dragging?
No, seriously though, I'm dead serious here. It would be amazing if it just panned over to J.K. Simmons and J.K. Simmons was just like, you both sucked.
They'd be very dark yet funny. J.K. Simmons just walked over, looked very prideful, and just like from behind him pulled out like 2 things of sheet music and just beat him over the head. So, like, not violently. I'm just like threw it at him like he threw the symbol at the one. He was like, "That was terrible. Do it again."
Oh god! Oh god!
And get me pictures of Spider-Man. No, I don't.
Okay. On that note, that ends Going Gonzo.
Well, no. Last line says "you win." They both have that group moment acceptance saying "you win," and they both say "you win" to each other, which is nice. Yeah, and you don't want to just side over one or the other. You got to end it with "you win."
No, they're both amazing.
Yeah. And that's the end.
That's the end. By far the best episode of the series. I think this just fires on all cylinders. The guest stars are great. I love the piggy water gag. It's freaking amazing.
It's a perfect episode. Again, if we got more like this, it'd be flawless. It's just this is exactly the show we need. This episode.
Exactly. So
I mean, this was perfect.
I really don't think there's much to say. I'm just it was great. It was just total like top notch, top quality. Oh man, so good.
We should address a fear then. With the change in direction, if they can give us a diamond like this, like a gem of Muppet perfection on a TV show, how are they going to do it? I'm saying if they can get this, don't get me wrong. I mean, there have been some misfires along the way, but they can get something like this. Are you a little worried about them coming back with a different creative team?
My theory is that I think the reboot is going to concentrate less on their personal lives and more on the actual behind-the-scenes drama while they're doing the Piggy show. Yeah. So in that respect, I think that could really work.
Well, that is kind of this episode. Really, it was all set in the studio in the sounds. Well, with the exception of the bar thing, which didn't relate to the plot.
And you can totally keep Rolf's Tavern in there, too, by all means.
Yeah, that's the thing, because, again, it's still relating to works. I mean, stuff that's all work-related this episode, so it wasn't really anything that was, like completely unrelated to the job. So, yeah, I guess if they keep going in a direction like that and keeping up with this episode, they'll be fine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I guess,
do we want to spec? I mean, we have one more left, right?
Oh, right. Okay, so I guess what is the title of the episode? Do you know it off the top of your head, or should I look it up?
You should look it up.
I should look it up. This is.
Give me that Muppet money.
Oh dear.
Camilla, no! Why do you smell like piggy water? No!
Oh, my internet is actually kind of being an asshole right now. Shit.
Well, we know Jennifer Lawrence is on the way. We don't know if it's going to be next episode or if it's going to be after the break.
That's true. Next episode, I believe Minnie Kaling is coming on.
Very nice. Very nice.
God damn, I don't know why it is. Oh, Normie!
Kermit Romero. I wonder if that makes.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna break you. That's it. Just break you.
I wonder if that makes Fozzie Dylan.
I think it does.
Let me think here. So let's see. Rizzo would be. Oh, who
hey,
would be?
Kermit! I've got some black socks you can borrow. Waka waka.
Who would be? Let's see. Who would be? Emma.
Oh God. I don't know. Maybe Janice.
I think more victim in her case. She'd be, they like any of the victims, kind of our seasonal victims for Bates Motel.
I don't know, but the name of the episode is Single All the Way.
Single All the Way. Okay, it's really nice. I'm assuming Denise will factor in there.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of hilarious if Mindy Kaling was kind of like a gal pal to Denise. It'd be kind of funny.
Also, it's going to be a Christmas episode.
Now, see, that's the detail we need.
Right.
All right, Christmas shopping with Mindy Kaling. All right.
Oh boy.
Now, if only Michael C. Hall was there, then we'd have something.
Who knows? Michael C. Hall might show up in an uncredited cameo.
Well, you know, he could be Santa Claus in the mall. It's an uncredited cameo. Like, just Michael C. Hall is doing it on site because he's a nice guy.
Do we even know that it's Michael C. Hall, or is it just Michael C. Hall sitting there with a beard, and we don't know unless you just look in the credits? Like,
now, so here's the thing.
Hall is Santa.
So here's the thing. Kermit the Frog is going up to see Santa as part of some story plot element. There's like he somehow ends up on Santa's lap, and he notices, wait a minute, I've seen you before. It says, Michael C. Hall, shh, it's for the kids.
Also, one last note on Michael C. Hall. That show Star versus the Forces of Evil that I've kind of been telling you about.
Yeah.
Michael C. Hall is actually on that show, and he plays a really badass villain.
That's cool.
Just saying. He plays this this lizard assassin guy named Taffy. So.
Kathy?
No, Taffy.
Taffy or Taffy?
Taffy, as in saltwater taffy.
Is he actually made of taffy?
No. He's a lizard. He's like a suave lizard in a suit.
Oh.
I'm drawing you in, right?
So you mean like it's like a hitman lizard?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Does he shoot guns?
No, because it's magic and all that, but it's complicated. But just watch the show.
Like, does he get to kill people, or does he try to?
Yes.
Well, I might look into it.
You should. I think
Michael C. Hall is kind of getting me there.
He doesn't show up until like episode 10 or so, something like that. But
yeah, I mean, he's believing a vampire Batman after all. You know, he's good at it. Anyway.
Okay. So
this episode, just all marks, 100%. It was great. I don't know what more to say. It was fantastic. Again, the character dynamics were good. He's the Gonzo Kermit dynamic. Bring that back at emotional heart. Puppetry was plussed, and again, the nostalgia factor was just kind of a Muppet Show. Angles is great, and of course, just the 4 important words you get to take away from this whole thing is just give me that Muppet money. Give me that Muppet money.
Stop saying that, because that's obviously going to be my outro line. You're ruining it.
Well, it's not like... Fine. I wonder what David Tennant would say with Floyd. Okay. If a girl walked in there next to Janice, like, oh, Janice is bonding with another starlet, who is from a show, we know.
Oh, God.
I wonder what her character's name would be that David Tennant would like to shout.
Jessica!
Jessica!
Come
back! You're Jessica!
No, let's not, dude. It's like Kimmel's on, okay? So let's get this done. So join us next time as we talk about the Muppet Show
again. Yay! Give me that Muppet money.
That, my dear Prawn, is called acting. Don't forget, you're looking at the guy who played Bruce Willis in the future, playing himself in the past. That didn't really make much sense to me, but people don't care about plots. They care about acting.
Thank you.
Now, give me your Muppet money.